Hello and welcome to this new lesson. In this lesson, you will learn how to prepare your SQL database. After signing up for a hosting account and setting up your domain name, you can log in, just like we explained in the previous lesson, to your cPanel or the similar dashboard. After that, you need to follow my steps to create your database, username, password, and your SQL table. Now, let's first create a database and a user. The first step is go to the Tools section and select Database Manager. As you can see, this is the Database Manager. Just click New Database, and here you need to enter your database name, database username, and database password. The first step that we need to do is choose your database name. In our example, it will be ESP data, because we are handling ESP32 data. Then we need to choose our password and our username. So let's call them. Now, I usually prefer choosing the database username wisely and make it relevant. Now, our database username will be ESP board, and you should enter your password here. I will enter my password, and you should write it down. Okay, but you need to make sure that you are using an uppercase letter and that your password is at least 12 character long and include numbers, special characters, so you can create that password or choose a random one. As you can see, it will create one for you, and you should take this information and save them in a note or text pad. So here's a notepad. What you need to do is copy the username, paste it, copy the this is the database name, username, and the password. That's it. Now click create after copying this information. Okay, I don't want to save. Okay, now here's our database, and now it's creating the database, so you should wait a minute or two. The database limit is 1 gigabyte. You can create up to 100 tables. We only need 1 table, and this is more than enough. Again, for testing, you can create 2 databases using the free hosting. So I think it's a very good way to start testing. Shouldn't take long. Now you can use localhost as a connection host name, and you can copy this information and place them in the notepad that you created earlier. Okay, now that you created the database, what you need to do is create the SQL table. Click here and go to phpMyAdmin. You can delete the database or change its password or see the statistics from these 2 lines. Just click phpMyAdmin, and you'll be redirected to this window. And this is the phpMyAdmin. It's a very famous interface to control your database and create tables, delete tables, create queries, and other stuff. Now, creating the SQL database is the second step after creating your database and username. What you need to do is go to the left side of this database, as you can see, and this will be your database name. Now, usually we did name it ESP data, but they don't give you, let's say, access to this name. So they add an ID before it. So this is our database name. Now you need to click it, and once you click it, you have access to your database. You need to go and click on the SQL tab. This SQL tab will help us create our table, and make sure you have opened the database that you have created. Then click the SQL tab. If you haven't selected this database, and click the SQL tab, it will take you to a new or a general database that you don't have control over. If you don't follow these exact steps and run the SQL query, you might create a table in the wrong database. Now, to create the query, a query is basically simple lines of codes that you execute using this window. You will paste them here, and once you click go, it will execute this query, and this query will create the columns of our table and will create a new table for us with the name that we do choose. Now, to create that query, you need to do the following. Let me zoom in. The first step is write create, and as you can see, it's recognizing, and choose table. Then sensor data or any other thing. You can simply write S or ESP data. Then you need to open and close two parentheses. Now you need to write your query in between. Now this will write the ESP data, which is basically creating a new table and naming it ESP data. The next step will be create the columns inside this table. The first step is creating the ID column. It's a very common one. It will be int, and let's make it 6. Now it will be unsigned, so write unsigned and write auto increment. We need it to auto increment, we don't need to enter it manually, and choose primary key, so it will be the primary key for our table. This is a SQL database query, so if you are not familiar with it, it's okay. You can just copy and paste the code that I will provide for you in the resources lecture of this section. So no worries if you don't understand what I'm doing at this point. Now I will paste the lines and then I will explain them to you so that we won't waste time creating SQL. Next we need to create let's say value 1, and we make it var character. Let's give it a width of 30 and make sure that it's recognized as not null. Okay. Now this needs to be 30, not 10, and unsigned here has a red line underneath it because, okay, let's make this 10 because we misspelled it. Okay, unsigned, signed. Okay, now everything is okay. Now let's move on. We need to create other variables as well. The second one is called value 2. The third one we can call it value 3, depending on how many values we need to create. We can create other values as well as we go with this code. Now the next step will be adding a timestamp. So let's add reading time and make it time stamp default, and choose current time stamp on update current timestamp. This will make sure that we have a column that will print the time at which these values were received. Now the next step is creating other variables. If we need, we can create a variable and call it sensor, so it will be sensor data, and it will be variable character, and let's give it a value of 10, or let's make it 30, and make sure that it's not null. We can copy the same and paste it here to create another variable, and let's call it location data. Okay, location data, variable char 30 not null. That's it. Now let's review what we have done here. We created a table and named it ESP data. You can change this name. We created an ID which will auto increment. It's basically the ID of the table. It will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and will keep increasing. It's the primary key that we are going to use to access any of these values. Now we have created a character named sensor data and another character named location data. We created value 1, 2, 3 to pass other values if we want. We can leave them to be zeros, or we can pass data. So these are basically variable creation. Now here we are creating a timestamp. Whenever we create or send a new sensor data, it will print out the time at which this sensor data was sent. That's it for this lesson. Thanks for watching. This is Ashraf from Educational Engineering Team. Now before moving on, we need to click the Go button to create this table, and it will take a minute. As you can see, my SQL returned an empty result set, which is 0 rows. And as you can see now, this is our database and this is our table. If you clicked once on your table, you can see that you have ID, sensor data, location data, value 1, value 2, value 3, and the reading time. So that's it. This is our table and these are our columns. If you got this message and you got this result, it means that you have done everything correctly. If you have any problem or if you faced any problem, please do ask in the Q&A board. I'm here to help you. This is Ashraf from Educational Engineering Team.